Have you been transitioning your anthuriums from no drainage to drainage like moi? My name is Natasha. I am Planted in Platinum. You can find me over on TikTok and Instagram for more planty content. If you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Natasha. If you are not, thank you guys so much for sticking around and coming back for another video. So in today's video, we're going to be transitioning 3 of my anthuriums from no drainage to drainage. I like to be able to flush the substrate of my anthuriums out and rinse the salts out from the substrates. So this is something that I have been slowly trying to do with all of my anthuriums, and I have a lot, so it's been a process, but we're going to continue that process today, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So stick around and let's get right into it. All right, so I'm going to start off by showing you the anthuriums we're going to be working with today. So number 1 is my Anthurium Savannah, which was a major wish list plant of mine that I was able to acquire about a year ago. This is such a beautiful plant. That leaf is not beautiful, but that is okay. So this one is a Anthurium Grise crossed with a Dock Block F2, and this specific one is from Dusty Robinson in the States. I have had such a hard time growing this plant. First it rotted on me, which was my own fault, but now it's just growing super slow. I've taken 1 cutting from it and sold it. So maybe it was because I cut it, or maybe it's just a slow plant. I'm not too sure, but if you have this anthurium, please let me know your experience with it because I would like mine to thrive. It's so beautiful. Like, look at that. The next anthurium we're going to be transitioning out of no drainage today is my Anthurium BVEP crossed with Self. And this one is from a collector in Canada by the name of Mark. If you are in Canada, you know who Mark is. But this plant has been growing like a weed for me. I'm actually low-key obsessed with this plant. It is so beautiful. This is obviously its most recent leaf and it's so long and narrow. And as these grow, they get like more wider leaf shape. So I think my next leaf might be a little chubby boy. So we'll have to wait and see. But it has been growing beautifully in pond and no drainage, but I do want to take it out of no drainage just so that I can flush the root system like I said in my intro. So this is the second anthurium that we are going to be working with today. And the third anthurium is my Magnificum crossed with Ace of Spades. This is the newest leaf. I have had ace pox on this plant so bad. Like you can see it's starting already on this leaf. So I don't know. I have been struggling with it, but it's also one of my favorites. It's so beautiful and I love Ace of Spades hybrids. So I'm just gonna keep growing it and trying, but it's very rooted in this no drainage vessel. And I'm going to repot it and give it a spray down of a fungicide, which I use Phizan 20. So we're gonna be doing that today with this guy. So hopefully he can start growing some nice leaves. Like look how cute that is. Oh my goodness, this plant is gonna be beautiful one day if it stops with the ace pox. So I guess we'll start with the Savannah since that was the first one I showed you guys. I'm just gonna try to take it out of here. And this is a glass vessel, so it's going to be hard to remove. I'm just thinking of what I can use to dig it out with. Give me a minute here. All right, so I found this broken chopstick. It should work though, as long as I don't stab myself. All right, so yes, I acquired this in a purge about a year ago and it was quite the purge. There were so many people bidding on plants. You had to have really fast fingers to claim plants. It was so hard, but I did manage to get my wish list plant. So I was pretty proud of my fast fingers on that one. I just want it to grow for me. Oh goodness, I should not have put it in this glass vessel. Glass vessels are beautiful, but they're so hard to get plants out of. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. I don't want to wreck any roots either. I did just water my tent yesterday, so there's water everywhere, but that's okay. Like so far the roots look pretty healthy, so I'm happy with that. And I don't plan on chopping this at all. I just want it to grow for me, so I think I might just leave this on the root system and then just throw it into a new pot. And I think but I want to see what size of pot would be best. Maybe I should just use this one. But I want to put a leca layer in the bottom as well. Okay, just give me a minute here. Maybe this is too small. I'm just gonna actually take the roots out of the substrate so I can get a better look. I can always just reuse the same substrate, that's fine. So how has everybody's summers been going? We've had a pretty good summer so far. I went to my festival weekend, the concert I was going to, and it was so much fun. I got sunburnt and lost my voice. It's still kind of coming back if you can hear that. But me and my friend had such a good time. And the weather was kind of like rainy and then it got nicer. So we were on a lake, but we couldn't even go swimming because the weather just was not in our favor, but that's okay. We still had a really good time. And we managed to stay dry. It like cleared up in the night times, which was pretty good. I don't know if I'm allowed to put any footage on YouTube of the concert, so I'm not going to, but yes, we saw Gwen Stefani and Busta Rhymes and a couple new artists that I'd never heard of. One was Grandson and one was Baby No Money. I actually didn't mind either of them. So it was nice to find a couple new artists. Oh, and there was a local island person. His name was Jesse Roper. I'm not sure if you guys have heard him, but he's also really good as well. Yeah, that was so much fun. I haven't been to a concert in years, like 10 years, I think. So that was a good experience for my adult self. Oh, look at those roots. Okay. Those roots are pretty good, actually. I could even probably put it in a bigger container, which I think I might do. Maybe then it'll start growing properly. Maybe it was just too root bound in that glass vessel. I'm glad the roots didn't start rotting in there though. That was positive. Okay. Yeah, this is one that I don't see for sale very often, and I did see it online when I first started collecting anthuriums, and I've always wanted it. I love the name Savannah. If I had a girl for my last child, I was going to name her Savannah, but it was a boy, and we named him Aaron. But that is what the root system is looking like. I'm gonna go give it a quick rinse, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is our root system. I'm very happy with that. And with this root system, I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna go boat mode, as Alice says. So I think this one, okay? Or I have a bigger one too, but I don't know if I wanna go this big. Like that seems, I think I'm gonna stick with one of these. I just need to get the sticker off. So let's get the sticker off. Hopefully it comes off nicely. Kind of. We're getting in there. Okay, good. So I got the sticker off and I do have some rinsed leca here. Although, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough leca for all of the plants, but we'll see. We don't need a huge reservoir, just something, right? That should be good. Good, okay, so then I'm going to get my tree fern, which I boiled some tree fern and pond that I had. So that should be perfect. And I also wanted to remove this leaf here. So I'm just gonna pull it off. Just want to make sure that there's no rot in the stem, which I don't think there is. I could chop it again, but I don't want to. I want this to grow nicely for me now. I kind of regret chopping it the first time, but some plants grow right away after you chop them and some take forever. So I think that's just one that takes a little longer. So this is the substrate that I'm going to be using, which is just the Crystal Star Nurseries pon and perlite and tree fern. And then I also want to put Myco on the roots. There we go. Ooh, this is gonna be so cute. Yes. Okay, I think that is good for this plant. I'm happy with that. This is what she is looking like. And this pond and perlite and tree fern is already rinsed, so I'm not gonna bother watering it. I'm just gonna let it settle in and for the Myco to do its thing on the roots. I just need to find a tray for her. But I'm very happy with the way that this turned out, and I can even see some roots on the side of the pot. So that is going to be helpful to me to make sure that it takes to the substrate. All right, yay. Oh, I should have used the old pond. I was going to do that. Oh well, too late now. I can always rinse that though. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough substrate for the rest of the plants, but I can always make more. I do have some supplies upstairs. Let's do the Magnificum crossed with Ace of Spades. This one originated from Somaya. Where did I get this? Oh, I did get this from her. She gave this to me as a freebie in one of my orders. So she is Northern Plant Room on Instagram, and she has some beautiful plants. If you are in Canada, I highly suggest checking her out. She does have a lot for sale, and she even has an Etsy shop as well. So go give her some love. She is amazing. I'm going to find my scissors, and I'm just going to chop the bottom of this off, just like that. And I know the root system is crazy in here, but I have struggled with this plant since I've gotten it. So this is another one that's, oh my God, guys. Look at that. That is crazy. Ah. But this is another one I have definitely struggled with. I have had a really hard time trying to grow nice leaves on it because of the ace pox. It does not want to grow any nice leaves. But you know what? I haven't been regular with the Physans, so I'm gonna try to remember to spray it regularly. Maybe like every time I water, it'll spray it. Then I'll like keep that in the back of my mind. Ooh. And yeah, so maybe that will work out better for me. See if regular treatments of it will actually help the plant not develop ace pox. If you guys have plants with ace pox and have successfully gotten rid of it, what was your method? Please do tell. That is so annoying. I don't know why. I don't know why that happens. It's not contagious. It doesn't spread to any of my other plants, but it just devours the leaves of this plant. That's for sure. And I do have my regular Ace of Spades Dark Form clone from her as well that I purchased last year, and it has not developed ace pox, but it did try to rot on me. I actually just finally repotted it because I had to reroot it. So I don't know, maybe ace is just a bit harder of a plant for me to grow, but it is one of my favorites, so I am going to keep trying. So I'm gonna get as much of the substrate off of here as I can. And then I'm just gonna go rinse the roots. Okay, so the roots look pretty good. There is a set of roots that I wanna take off. You see this one here, how the ends are brown. I'm gonna remove those. And just the tips of some other ones. I think it just got too root bound in there, and the roots were just starting to rot a bit at the tips, which is totally normal. And I'm not worried about it at all. I think that's it. Is there anything else? Yeah, no, just a little bit. Oh. And this one has a long stem too, but I'm not going to chop it. I'm just gonna keep it together as one piece because I don't wanna mess with this plant. And I'm gonna use this. This will be perfect and give it some more space. So we are gonna take some of this leca. And some substrate. I could probably even use, oh no, that's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna myco the roots. Just need to get this mess a little bit cleaned up. This soggy tree fern and perlite mixture on my mat so that I can put this down. Okay. All right, so I have my container, the base filled with the leca, and then the tree fern, pon, and perlite. I'm just gonna myco the root system. The myco is always linked in my description box if you were interested. It is my favorite planty product. Okay, perfect. Okay, you guys, that was the perfect amount of substrate that I had boiled. And now I'm thinking I might just put my BVEP into pon because it was doing fine in pon, but just switch it to drainage. That's what I'll do. Oh my goodness, how cute. Okay, so number 2 is complete. My Magnificum crossed with Ace of Spades. We went boat mode again. I think she's gonna be so much happier. Did I leave roots exposed? Probably not. No, oh dear. That's okay. I'll just keep an eye on this plant and I will definitely be spraying it down with a Phizan 20. If you are in Canada and you want to order some, I will leave it linked in the description box of where I purchased it. All right, I'm just gonna go grab my pon and see how much I have mixed up for my BVEP. Okay, I'm back and I have my pon mixed up. I just mixed it with some chunky perlite and it's looking good. So, I love my BVEP, or Antolakii is actually the botanical name that it was recently given, but I will forever know it as a BVEP. How about you guys? Are you on team BVEP or team Antolakii? I call it Antolakii, but I often forget. So, I need something to pour this pon into. What am I gonna use? Found one of these. This will be cool. Oh, I actually thought that had more roots than it does. It looked like it. See? The roots look good though, and I'm not mad about it. But I do want to rinse them. They've been in no drainage for a very long time. And this plant is quite thirsty, I've noticed as well. I don't know if it's just because it was root bound in there or if it's generally a thirsty plant, but I did notice that it was quite thirsty, which was another reason I wanted to repot it into drainage, or just into a bigger pot generally. All right, we are almost there. I just don't want this pon going down my garburator. My husband would not like that very much. Shake. Oh, that's a root. Okay. Well, I'm glad that the root health is good. The roots look amazing. That is a positive, you see? They look so good. Okay, I'm gonna go rinse these. I'll be right back. all rinsed and looking amazing. So this is another one that I have recently, not recently, but I chopped this a while ago and I have a baby growing in my tent. So I don't want to chop this. I just want to repot it into something bigger, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go with this. This will be perfect. Yes, okay. Oh, I should just use this whole pot because it's already in there. That was the perfect amount of leca sweetness. Okay. My neighbors are being loud today. They're not usually loud, but it's summer. And I really don't care as long as it's not super late. It's just hard to film if it's loud. My husband took the kids out so that I could film, which was super nice. It's been hard trying to find filming days when they're off of school, so you guys aren't going to be getting as many videos from me, but I will do what I can with what I have, I promise. Oh yeah, there's nothing like a good old pond plant. I love ponds so much. But now that these are all upsized, I'm gonna have to find space for them. Yay me. It's hard to find space for bigger plants when you already have so many plants. I think I need to do another declutter. I know I just did one, but you guys, I have accumulated so many plants in the last couple of months, which is the poll option that is winning for my poll on my community tabs for the next video you guys want me to create. It is to show you my new plants from May and June, but I'm also gonna add in July because I've actually already got a couple plants, so we will do July as well, might as well, right? They're exciting ones anyway, so I wanna show you them all. Okay, is that good? Do we have air pockets? No? Oh, maybe a little bit here. Oops. Okay, that's better. Great. All right, so there is our BVEP or Antolakii in boat mode. Yay. Oh, I'm so excited to finally get this one potted up. This is one that I've wanted to pot up for so long now. I just have not gotten to it. So yes, that is Anthurium number 3, potted into drainage holes with a leca reservoir or leca layer. And then we have my cute Meg, Ace of Spades. And my Savannah. So we got all 3 of those potted up into drainage holes with leca layers today. That literally makes me so happy. There's 3 more off the list. I still have many more, but I just wanted to show you guys how I did it. And now I will find saucers that go up to about the leca layer, maybe a little bit lower, depends on what I can find. But then I can start leaving a water reservoir once the roots grow into the leca layer. And that will ensure the root health of the plant, that the roots don't dry out too much. So thank you guys so much for joining me. That was so much fun. All right, you guys, that is it from me for today. It was so nice to come back and see you guys again. Thank you so much for being here and stopping by. I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day wherever you are and that the sun is shining and the summer vibes are vibing. If you like this video, please consider hitting that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. You'll be notified anytime that I upload a new video. That helps my channel grow so much, and I appreciate everything. Or you can leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you are transitioning your Anthuriums into drainage as well. I would love to know how that's going for you. And again, if you don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, my handle is plantedinplatinum, and I post on there as much as I can. I try to post on Instagram daily, but sometimes I miss a day. But if you're looking for more planty content, that's where you can find me. But I'm out for now. Thank you guys so much for being here and have a wonderful day. Bye!